What's up everybody? Good morning, happy Saturday to you, happy weekend, and welcome to What's Up episode 87. And we're back on the racing league today, and it is the Watopia Figure 8 twice, Sweet 16, that's what today's race is called. I'm quite excited about this one. It's a course, it's probably my favourite course, the Watopia 8. Whether doing it twice will give me the same kind of enthusiasm or not, I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to get all my pre-race excuses done now, because I am probably the worst prepared for a race today than I've been in a long time. I haven't even set up my Mac, my fans, I've made none of the energy drinks, I've not eaten, I've not got, well, it's 5 to 9 now, the race starts at 10 past 10, so it sounds like I've got a lot of time, but there's always a bit of faffing around. I haven't even set my MacBook up. I'm actually worried about my MacBook because, once again, it's only 5 to 9 and it's boiling in this room. It's so muggy, so sticky. So I'm worried about the screen recording again with the MacBook. I'm going to try and steal the second fan from my son to try and keep myself and my computer cool so that everything works, including myself. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I've had the worst night's sleep because both my sons were out. One came back at about 11:30, which sends the dog crazy. The other one came back at silly o'clock, which once again sends the dog crazy. So I've had no sleep, but the main thing, and I don't know if this is a legitimate cycling excuse, I've been absolutely attacked all over by mosquitoes or something. My whole body hurts. I must have been scratching in the night because it feels all bruised and yeah, not feeling good. What else? I'm sure there was another excuse I thought of when I got up this morning. Oh yeah, well, it's been my son's 21st birthday this week as well, so in terms of my diet, preparation for this has not been great. We've had some meals out, and only last night I had, I don't want to call it a slice of cake because it was more than a slice. It was a fair old, it was basically a cake. It was a massive chunk of cake. I don't, if anyone's seen the kids film Matilda, and that cake that kid's supposed to eat, I basically did the same thing last night. I just gorged on chocolate cake. So yeah, so that's going to slow me down obviously. I've still got my front tyre puncture, so I'm going to try and, I did put some air in last night but it's gone back down again, so it's obviously a quicker puncture than I thought it was, so I've got to sort that out, set the computer up, set the recording stuff up, get myself changed. Yeah, I've got quite a bit to do before the race starts, and the last thing I fancy is any food, so I'm not going to be particularly well fueled for this one either. So that's it. Those are my reasons for performing badly today. What else can I tell you? That's basically it. I'm sure I'll think of things to waffle on about whilst we're riding. Yeah, so I'm going to get myself sorted, and as usual, spin the old legs up, try and wake up a little bit, and I will see you on the start pen. I've just remembered another reason why I'm not going to do very well today. I played my son at tennis during the week and really hurt my knee in the warm-up, and so it hurt all the way through the match, and I think that's probably good for about 15-20 watts over this kind of distance. So I might make some, being the organiser of the league, I think I have the right to make some adjustments to my times based on any injuries or mitigating circumstances. So I might bump myself up the order at the end. I'll see how we go. So we've got 39 seconds. We've got 15 people on the start line. Massive mention to Brett Smith and Carlos Valadares for getting up at what I think is probably about 3 o'clock in the morning for them. So that's proper commitment for you. So well done, guys. And anyone else that I've missed. And I'm going to shut up now, start ramping the power up, and we'll get the Sweet 16 underway. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Oh, I noticed Peter Wilson joined just in time there, so I hope that hasn't messed you up being that late, Peter, and you managed to get a bit of warm-up in. It's quite a long race this, 59.2 kilometres, quite a bit of climbing, so bit of power measurement and control is going to be the order of the day. And we've got some fast starters, the Dentons, along with Brett Smith and Peter, have flown off already 3 seconds up the road. And I've got Len Capel right on my wheel. And just a couple of seconds back, we have, who is that? Is that Padrone? Hey, thank you Brett for the ride on. I think that's Padrone, K West, W Carell, Jason Arblaster, all just 2 or 3 seconds off the back of me. And Dave Crook, hello mate, didn't see you in there. Hey Keith, thanks very much for the ride on. Great to see you. I'm back on the old Tron bike, you'll see. Not for any other reason than just trying to mix things about a bit. I'm waiting for Zwift to make a grey Cervelo R2 with orange highlights. Then I'll jump on that. They did a big update this morning, Zwift, and I must have missed the threads because I'm not quite sure what's been updated, so I'm going to have to take a good look at that. One thing I did notice was some new graffiti on the KOM, but I'm hoping the updates extend to more than just a bit of road writing. Did I just miss a ride on? I think I might have done. I think it might have been Andreas Dieter, in which case, thank you my friend, always appreciated. So I'm looking around through the names quickly, and we had 15 starters, I think 3 of which, 1 second, hello Jason, thanks for the ride on buddy, great to see you, and Mr. Dave Crook, you too. What was I saying? Nice group ride from Padrone there, yeah. This is how I like it. We'll stay together nice and steady. What was I saying? I've completely forgotten. I'm sure it'll come to me. So I'm just trying to put my gloves on. My hands are sweaty already. I remember what I was saying. So, just flicking through the names, there are 3 B riders that at least 3 that I definitely know are in there. At least 1 D, made that 2 Ds out of 15, which should leave 10 Cs. So, even with a relatively small field, I'm going to have my work cut out just to get a point in this race. There are bonus points for the reverse KOM, so, well, I don't know, I'm not likely to get out. That's not my kind of climb. It's too sort of long and shallow, if that makes sense. So yeah, I might struggle to get points in this one, even with a pretty small field around me. On that subject, actually, with the KOM, it'd be really handy if any of you guys manage to get a screenshot of your best KOM times. It's always a problem. Trying to work out those bonus points is always the most difficult part of the job. Typically this race obviously is not on Zwift Power again, so I've given up even trying. Actually, I had a really nice message from, I think it's the organiser, or certainly one of the organisers of the Innovation Cycling team, talking about Zwift Nation. And I know some of you guys, Keith in particular, are involved in Zwift Nation or have accounts. I have one too, but I've never used it, I'm embarrassed to say. But it might be that that's the way we go. We try and set things up more officially on Zwift Nation as a team, and try and get all of the results, including KOMs and sprints, etc. It looks like they're doing good work in that area, so it might make it
a really useful tool for tracking league results and individual race results. The league situation actually gets infinitely more complicated from this point onwards. So obviously your points are going to be taken from your 8 best races, and that will include total points. So if you came 4th in one race but won the sprint, that's more points than if you came 2nd in one race and didn't win a sprint. I think it is anyway. So now it's a case of me not only totting up the points for each race, but then basically knocking off the lowest scoring races for each rider when I update the league. Obviously that only applies to those that have done more than 8 races, of which I think there's actually only a couple, which is going to make it easier for a little while anyway. Got a decent little gruppetto going here, although the pace is pretty strong still. Up in the high 2s, 3s. I'm not going to be able to carry that on for another 53 kilometres. And here comes the first KOM, just coming up to it now. And obviously the only KOM that counts for bonus points, so it's quite early in the race. Not an ideal time for everybody. I'm keeping an eye on a certain Mr. Valadares as well. The last long race we had, I think I had a lead of a couple of minutes over him at one point, only to lose that by a couple of minutes by the end of the race. So he seems to be a master of pacing. Hey, Mr. Sean Lowe. Great to see you, my friend. Thanks very much for the ride on. Great to see your name down straight away for the old Mont Ventoux trip. I know it's a little way off, but I'm pretty giddy with excitement already. My wife's bored of me talking about it already, and we haven't even booked anything yet, so it's only going to get worse. I'm wondering if we should get up to the point where Froome crashed last year on Tour de France, and we all have to jump off and run the rest of the way carrying our bikes. I'm not. That's assuming I make it up that far in the first place. Oh no, is that one of our guys at the side of the road? I can't see anyone on 0 watts, so I think we're okay. Right, I'm going to shut up on this KOM. I need to get as much oxygen in my lungs as I can.
Closing in, move towards the beat.
Hey, T. James, Lion Rock Cycling. Thanks, buddy, for the ride on. Mr. Ever Present with the ride on, so really appreciate it. Oh, all right, KOM done, and I think I got 3rd in the C's, so a point. Oh, was it worth it? Not at the moment, no. So it looks like Brett got the B category KOM. Actually, no, looking at it, I didn't see Peter's time, but it may be that I got 4th in the KOM, which would be really gutting. I'll have to check Peter's KOM time there. I forgot he was a C further up the road. The bigger problem I've got now is that I'm on my own. I've drifted 8 seconds off the 2 guys I chased up the hill, Niall Simpson and Dave Quirk. And I think it's Len and Padron just 5-6 seconds behind me. I don't know whether to try and chase the guys in front or wait to regroup. Waiting to regroup looks like the preferred option at the moment. Keith D just shouting out for Peter Wilson to jump on the Denton train. He's only a second off him, I think. Brett Smith's cruising up at 1:28 ahead of me, a minute ahead of Keith, Catherine and Peter. And I'm now back with Padron and Len. Got to stay with them though, come on. Let's get a little draft boost for a while.
Stay with me, feel it close.
Looks like Peter's managed to pull himself back onto Keith and Catherine. Good job, man. Niall and Dave have pulled a really nice lead now. 25 seconds. I'm just going to have to work to stay with Len and Padron now, I think. a nice ride on from Kev Stephen, and then a message, get moving you lazy sod. So, gives you one hand, takes with the other. No surprise there. Well, thanks for the ride on anyway, buddy. This is moving as far as I'm concerned. Right, coming up to the llama sprint, as I call it, but no points for this one. Looks like Dave Cook's trying to shake off Niall Simpson up there. Oh no, Padron's blood sugar's dropping very low. Yeah, Padron's blood sugar's dropping low, so he might have to bail, and I don't want you pushing it, my man, if that is the case. Hey, thank you, Len, for the ride on. I'll start doing mine in a moment. Just don't want to lose concentration on this little trio. Padron's eating cake with a heart rate of 170 beats per minute. Good man. That's the way to do it, surely.
Dance slowly.
Hey, thank you, Carlos, for the ride on. You see you're still hovering around 1 minute and 40 behind me. I'm taking nothing for granted. Yeah, Dave Crook just pointing out he's in no man's land at the moment. He's managed to pull 13, 14 seconds on Niall. He's about 30 seconds behind Peter Wilson, Dave Crook, Peter Wilson, Catherine D and Keith D. Brett's continuing to push on. I can see S. Croder here has managed to jump into a nice little bunch of another event. And ZTR, is it? Oh, this might be an SCR train, I can't really tell. Oh, there's ODZ in there as well, so it's hard to tell what that ride is, but not a bad way to get around the island, especially if you've been sort of found yourself alone. I used that to great effect in a race on Richmond once. Just got swallowed up by a huge other race that came past me, and it definitely helped to sort of keep my pace up at a time when I felt like I was flagging. So unlucky, Padron, I really feel for you, buddies. Had to ease off. Not feeling great. And it's absolutely not worth pushing it in those circumstances. Although he said that, he's still on my wheel. Maybe Glenn and I should ease up a bit. Although we are closing in on Niall. So now's the time we want to be pushing on, really. Looks like Niall is just 6 seconds ahead now. Padron managing to stick with it. That's awesome to see, buddy. I really hope you don't put yourself in difficulty because of it. Great determination and strength though. Amazing. We've managed to pull in on Narsinson now. He's back with us. And is he going to just join on? Yeah, it looks like it. He's got some power there, so looks like he's going to just jump in on us on our little bunch. Niall saying he's broken. Unlucky, man. It was a great effort. Went off so strong. Hanging with the really quick boys for a while. Hopefully you can recover and get to the end. I'm getting dropped here by Padron and Len. I'm conscious that we've got to do this all again. In fact, actually, obviously I was fretting over the first reverse KOM. Obviously we do that a second time, so there is still a chance. Although I can't imagine I'll do it faster on the second attempt than I did on the first. Further up the road, just spotted that Dave Crook has managed to get within 4 seconds of the Denton-Wilson group. Padron looks like he's going to drop back, team up with Niall. Niall's saying no. I'd like to be up there with Len and Padron really. I don't want to push harder than this on this climb. Yeah, Carlos already starting to eat away into my lead. 1:36 now. I fully expect Carlos to be right with me, if not ahead of me, towards the end of this. Hey, thank you Darren for the ride on. I think you got caught up at the beginning, did you? And sort of found yourself riding solo for a while.
Stay with me. Feel it close again.
We got El Myong or Myong from the D's also putting out high fours during that climb. He's pulled himself back to 29 seconds behind me. Seriously strong going, buddy. I've got a nice timely aero which hopefully will pull me back towards Len and Padron. Indeed it is. Lovely, I got lucky there. Hey, Mr. Bonk. Hola. Hello, buddy. Thanks very much for the ride on. Good to see you. I'm just checking that Padron's okay because he was feeling rubbish a little while ago, but he's been sticking out some serious power to stay with myself and Len. He's stunning stuff. Oh man, he says he's not okay, but he's hanging on. Oh, you're a stronger man than I am, Padron. Okay, so that's half of the sweet 16 done. So the sweet 8, I suppose. Or not so sweet 8, that's for sure. But massive kudos for Padron still being there and putting out solid power. The main group ahead of me, or us, is well out of sight now. So I don't know what the plan is for the guys around me, but I'm thinking we just hold a comfortable pace. We're under a bit of threat from El Myong behind, although he's just dropped to 0 watts per kilogram, but he might be on the descent. We're a bit of threat behind, nothing major, but if we could just hold this sort of mid-twos and then fight it out between the three of us. Oh, glucose levels steady at 3.2. That's not good though. I don't know whether he means that's an improvement, that it's now steady at 3.2, but I know it should be about 5.5, or maybe slightly lower during exercise, but I think he needs more cake.
Feel it closing in.
I think I'm going to share this video on the Team Type 1 page as well. I don't normally do that because it's not one of their rides, so I feel a bit cheeky doing it, but this is stunning stuff by Padron, and it might be of interest to the rest of that group. So let's have a quick look at the group ahead. We got here's Dave, and hang on, has Dave gone past? Let me go back, hang on, what's going on here? Oh, okay, so here's Dave, sorry. There's myself, Padron and Len. So next up the road, yes, is Dave Crook at 150 up the road from us. And then really stretching their legs, Mr. and Mrs. Denton. Keith and Catherine are a minute ahead of Dave Crook now. So great stuff, guys. And then further 2.5 minutes up the road, all on his own, Mr. Brett Smith, absolutely killing it. And Brett's one of the ones that got up at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, if I remember rightly. So, stunning job, man. And then look what I've done. I've gone and flicked around through other riders and dropped off the back of my little group. So, time for a little dig. Silly. Oh no, Peter's internet's dropped out. Oh man, I hope he can carry on pedalling and not lose too much time. He was in a seriously strong group up the front there. Definitely looking to win the C's. Now his power's dropped slightly, but I think he's still nestled nicely in amongst Catherine and Keith Denton. I feel really bad sitting on Padron's wheel knowing that he's having difficulties. But every time I try and power past him, he ups his speed. And I haven't got the legs to really kick on and give him a helpful tow. I have tried, I promise, Padron, I have tried. There we go, I get a little bit of help from Len, that pulls me past Padron, and Padron can sit on my wheel for a bit. Well pointed out, Padron, that Catherine's collecting jerseys. She's got the KOM reverse sprint. Awesome stuff, Catherine. Alright, so we're on the reverse KOM for the second and final time in this race. At the moment it's Brett winning the B's, Catherine second, and I think that's Keith in third. Then we've got D Hunter. Good job, man, he's sprung up there with the 3 points for the C's at the moment. Good job, buddy. That's the way to do it. If you find yourself all alone and not able to get onto a group, just go for those bonuses. So in the C's then we've got D Hunter, D Crook, and then Niall Simpson. So I'm not going to be getting any KOM points, and I'm dropping off Len and Padron here as well. I can't push too hard, I won't get to the end if I do. And Niall incidentally is beating me by 0.6 of a second. Oh no, Dave's there as well, sorry. So yeah, so we've got D Hunter, D Crook, Niall Simpson, yes, that is right. I managed to get back on Len and Padron, just about. Alright, KOM done. Slower than my first one. So I will not be getting any bonus points. That's alright. Into the last 20k now. It's a tricky 20k. We've got the forward KOM still to come. And do we do the S's? Or maybe we, yeah, and the S's still to come. Oh, the reverse S's as well, they're not easy. Nicest energy bar ever made, in my opinion. The high five banana flavoured flapjacky type thing. Very good. I've pulled a couple of seconds away from Padron and Lem, but that wasn't an attack, that was using a feather and sort of pushing quite hard up that KOM just so that I could actually ease off a little bit on the descent. I get done on descents every single time. I don't know if that's a me thing or a tax vortex thing or just a combination of the two, but I'm never good on descents, so I wanted to try and buy myself a little bit of time if I could, which I did. Now I've got to make sure I stay with them as they caught up with me. Alright, just a little race recap. We've got Dave Crook 1 minute and 21 seconds ahead. Peter's internet dropout obviously didn't affect him. He's still with Mr. and Mrs. Denton at 2:51 ahead. Let's see how far ahead Brett is now. So Brett is not even showing. Where's Brett? Oh, don't tell me he's had a problem. He was cruising. I'll check back on that in a minute. I'll have a look at the groups behind as well in a moment. I'll just try and settle down again with these guys. Padron's still going strong, up in threes. Unbelievable, man. Whoa, someone's up there in 9 watts per kilogram. Keith Denton, I think. He might have just had a problem and dropped off and he's now chasing back on. Wow. Good effort. Not that it matters, but D Crook's been at the sprints again with a 12.7 over the reverse llama sprint. Good job, man. Actually, that might have been why Keith was bursting out. He's got a 13.0 on the sprint. So looking for jerseys, I think, those two. It's always worth it. And I did a stunning time of 15.4. Superb. I got a feather, okay, that's useful. Because we've got one more KOM to come. The forward KOM. And then we have the then we'll have the S's. But I can use that feather on the KOM, then hope for another decent one when we do the forward sprint. Hope for a decent reward at the end of that.
Stay with me, feel it closing in, move towards the beat, dance.
I've just spotted the Dentons have now managed to get keep the jerseys in-house. So Keith and Catherine, both with the reverse sprint jerseys. That's strange because I'm sure I thought Dave Crook had taken the reverse sprint. That's interesting. I'll have to double check that. But at the moment it's showing them both in the green. So a good day in the Denton household. Plus it looks like they're going to clean up on the B category as well. Oh, obviously excluding Brett. Actually, let's see if Brett's back in there now. I think he's so far gone that I can't even see him on the screen. Peter's still there, doing an amazing job hanging with the bees. Let's have a look a little bit further back. There's Niall, still going, good man. And he's about just over 2 minutes ahead, sorry, just under 2 minutes ahead of Carlos. And who's this? There we go. That's why I can't see him. He's coming up to lap everyone, I think. Unbelievable. So I'm just assessing the situation now. My best hope is, the best I can hope for is third place in the C's, which would be nice. But I'm looking at the two guys around me. I'm pretty sure are better climbers than I am. So I'm wondering if this KOM coming up could be very telling. I'm just going to have to do everything I can to stay with them, I think. I feel really uncomfortable in my saddle today. I'm not sure why, nothing's changed. I just feel like I want to get out the saddle all the time. It really feels like a lot of pressure on my sit bones. These are by far my most comfortable shorts usually as well. So I'm not sure what that's all about. Sorry if I've not been able to sort of chat much during this one. But it's been pretty full on just to stay with these guys right from the start. I will give you some updates on the Triple Crown and the Mont Ventoux trip, and I owe a huge apology to Matt Rhys-Evans, who so kindly looked into and sort of organised details for a WKG get together, and I feel absolutely horrible, but I completely forgot about it in amongst all the other things I was sorting out. And Matt, if you're watching, I'm so sorry, my man. It really wasn't a case of prioritising. It was actually just my memory is horrendous and getting too easily distracted by the other things I was doing. So we'll definitely get something together soon. I'd love to come and ride around your way. Such amazing roads around there. So again, a million apologies, and we'll sort something out. Mont Ventoux trip then, I'll give you a quick update. From what I can see, we've got 9 definites and about another 8 or 9 possibles or even probables, which is amazing. Now the date looks pretty set now for the 28th of April until the 5th of May. So I'm going to set that and confirm that finally with everybody in the next couple of days. And what I will have to do is try and confirm a definite minimum number, because that will obviously determine the size of the villa we go for. And I found some really nice 15, 16 person villas. But obviously if only 9 of us go, that works out a lot more expensive per person than if we go for a 9 or 10 person villa. So I'll need to set a deadline day really. I'm not happy about that clicking noise coming from my trainer there. It sounds like it's going to fall off. That did happen to me the other day on a casual ride. I hadn't done it up properly and it slipped out. I'll have to check that. Yeah, so I'll have to set a deadline for everybody to say a definite yes or no, really, which I didn't want to do. I like the idea that people can just sort of jump in. But say we get a 16 person villa and there's only 13, 14 of us signed up. It's still worth getting that size villa, and then if anyone is able to join us later in the day, then it'll be a first come first served sort of basis. But yeah, so the date is pretty much, in my mind, is pretty much set. 28th of April to 5th of May. And at the moment, looking like let's say a 16 person villa is going to be the best bet. And there are some nice ones. I've had some great ones with, like, obviously swimming pools. I don't know what I mean, it's not going to be particularly warm, I wouldn't have thought that time of year, but after a long ride, swimming pool sounds nice to me. Games rooms, pool tables and dartboards and things like that in some of them, which could also be good fun for a little bit of WKG team side bet action. So I'll keep you updated on that. Alright, Len's going for it. Up in the 5s. He sensed an opportunity here, I think, to distance myself and Padron on this climb. Come on, give me an aero. Just something to give me a chance of catching up with Len and Padron. They've done a great job on that climb. Len's pulled out 20 seconds. Padron 11. Oh, come on, aero. Oh, you beauty. Don't know if it's going to be enough. Don't think it is, but it helps. I don't know if they've got one. Oh, that's killed me, that KOM. Oh, Len's kicking on big time. So is Padron. Good stuff, guys. I did the KOM faster than on my first lap, but not enough. I'm not sure who that is. Let's put that message out there. Who's in Boulder in Colorado? I can't remember, but I think, is that Brett? Has he finished? Could be. He was about 5k ahead of me. Yeah, he has. Brett, good man. Already finished. He's going back to bed. That's the way to race. Great job, my friend. Great job. Can't do it. So I want to catch Padron. Padron's just kicked off. I can't chase that. Great job, man. I'm going to have to throw the towel in. I feel like I'm going to fall off the bike. Great job, Padron, my rider of the day without a doubt. Stunning effort. Feeling bad right from the sort of halfway through the first lap, I think. Stunning job. Oh, sweet 16, done. And nothing sweet about it at all. Amazing, amazing ride by Brett Smith. Got up at like 2-3 in the morning just to come out, kick our asses, and then go back to bed. Brilliant job, man. Equally impressive, Keith and Catherine, and Peter there in the C's. Look at that. Less than a second off Catherine for 4th place, so a very worthy winner of the C category. Great job, buddy. Then we've got Dave there, Dave Crook. Stunning job. Thank you, Catherine, for the ride on. So yeah, Peter Wilson stunning there to hang with the bees. Dave Crook, brilliant performance. Just 20 seconds off Peter in the end. Excellent stuff. And then what was my little trio, Len, absolutely killed it on that final KOM, as did Padron. But Len managed to just keep it going all the way through to beat me by 36 seconds in the end. So excellent ride, Len. I mentioned, as I said, Padron, my rider of the day. To deal with that, on top of the usual sort of fatigue that we all have to deal with, Padron sort of balancing his blood sugar levels right from the start, and to be able to kick at the end there. He was going to pull out at one point. I hope you don't mind me going on about this, Padron, but I'm really proud. That was an absolutely fantastic race, and beat me by 7 seconds in the end. I just couldn't. As soon as I tried to step it up, my legs were jelly, and I could see Padron pop up into the sort of mid-4s. So it was clear that any inroads I made on him, he was going to be able to just knock me back. So great job, man. As Dave Crooks just pointed out, he was pretty much solo from the first KOM. Yeah, absolutely right. I think that's happened to a few guys. I was lucky to have been in that little trio. We'll just wait for other guys to come through. I wish I wasn't so embroiled in trying to chase Padron down. I'd like to have seen the conclusion to the Keith, Catherine and Peter group, because obviously the three of them separated by, what's that, 3.5 seconds. So I bet that was a mighty battle over the S's at the end there. But I'm pretty pleased with that. I felt all right. It wasn't too bad. Not enough to really challenge in that the sort of final half a lap. But I didn't feel too bad, so I can start my weekend feeling pretty positive, as should all of you guys. God, tell you what, I've got to get off this saddle. I don't know if it's moved. It feels like maybe the angle's changed very slightly. Oh, but my backside's killing me today. So yeah, all right. So Dave Crook just confirmed, or just seeing that he was knocked out by Darren Hunter for the KOM win by just 2 seconds. Unlucky, Dave, but I was knocked off the top three altogether by half a second by Niall Simpson. Whew. All right, let's check out the. Let's have a look league-wise. So Brett, clear winner. So we've got first, second, and third. Brett, Keith, and Catherine in the Bs. Pretty consistent pattern developing there, and I'm hoping that continues to the end because this could make it an interesting fight. Peter, clear winner in the Cs, stunning job. Dave takes the silver. Len takes bronze. Padrone, love to include you, particularly for this week because of your efforts, but sorry, buddy, you're out of there. So I managed to get 4th place in the Cs. So a reasonably decent haul of points. Absolutely gutted I didn't get the extra bonus point for the reverse KOM by 0.6 seconds, but such is life. So anyway, I've got some points, so we'll just wait and see. Right, Niall, there we go. Niall Simpson. I think it was Niall that picked me in that KOM. So he's picked up 5th and an extra point. So we'll end up on the same points. So he picked up an extra point for the KOM. I'm guessing next over the line is going to be either Carlos as the winner of the Ds, or Jason, our blaster, or Darren Hunter. One of those 3. Let's wait and see. I'm hoping they're all still going. Tell you what, this second fan has made a massive difference to me. The last 2 races I felt so much stronger. I've been doing a little bit more in terms of training and fitness. Not a huge difference, but obviously I'm trying to prepare myself for Ride London. But in terms of Zwift performances, that useless fan obviously has been holding me back. That one has just freed me up to fully attack you guys. No, joking aside, it's really nice just cooling my body down in this ridiculously hot room that I chose to cycle in. Another thing that might have helped me today, or potentially had hindered me previously, I'd spotted, or actually my daughter spotted, a slight lump in my rear tyre. Not particularly noticeable to the eye, but the tyre just hadn't sat properly in the bead. So just before the ride, I deflated it, wiggled it about a bit, pumped it back up again, and I could actually hear it pop back into place. And it feels much smoother on the trainer. So I don't know if that it equates to a little bit more power, but certainly the sort of pedal stroke just feels a lot smoother because of it. So maybe I was getting a bit of slip or something previously. So that was good. All right, while I wait for the others to come in, the Triple Crown dates confirmed now as the 5th and 6th of August, Saturday and Sunday. 4 time windows, not 3. So we're going from, I'm not even going to try and remember the time windows, check it out on the events. But it's now set up in I can't do it in the Zwift event module because we're changing courses, but I've set it up in the Facebook, in the forum events. And what you need to do, read through the instructions. There's not an awful lot to it. Key points are you're going to need to obviously know how to change course by either using the Zwift hack or the brilliant Zwift preferences app. TT bikes only, that's a definite. You will be disqualified as much as I like you or sympathise or whatever. If you're not on a TT bike, you're out. Categories. You have to pick your category and it has to be based on an average WKG of your last 5 or 6 races. So I will be going back on this afterwards to make sure everybody's in the right category. You know, you're only cheating yourselves. Same old thing. Make sure you check, pick the right category for you. If you're on the cusp, feel free to ask me, and if I can, I can tell you which one I would be happy with you to ride in for the competition. So you select your category. You also select your time window. And what you need to do is to pre-register in the event on Facebook. Just leave a comment. Put your name, Marcus Neal, and then time window 1, 2, 3, or 4. And once you're registered, I can obviously make sure I can keep an eye on your Strava details, because we're going to calculate the results based on the 3 Zwift blog verified Strava segments. So you'll need to also join the WK Zwift Strava group if you haven't already. Most of you have, I'm pretty sure. But please join that. It makes it so much easier to track you down and find your find the segment times for you for that ride. And that's basically it. So the key thing: CT bike, get the right category, join WKG Strava group, and register by leaving a comment on the event with your name and your chosen time window. Just to reiterate what the race is, we're doing the Three Sisters, the London Loop, and the Richmond UCI course, all back to back, just as Carlos comes through. Good job, man. So he's held off another couple of C's and managed to get himself a win in the D's. Brilliant performance. So we're doing all 3 of those rides back to back in any order you like. You can have as long a break in between as you like, as long as all 3 are finished within your 8-hour window. So there's going to be a bit of clever judgment here as well, in terms of knowing your limits and knowing what kind of recovery time is best to give yourself in between each race, in between each round. Unfortunately, if you are a second beyond the 8-hour cutoff, it doesn't count. I'm going to be tight and harsh on this one. There will be no exclusions. No exceptions. But there will be exclusions if anybody's outside of that or breaks any of the other rules. Don't mean to be cracking the whip about it, but I'm quite excited about it. I think this is quite a big. This could be quite a sort of key annual event for WKG. That's all set. The event is set up, like I say, within Facebook. So jump on and join us. You don't have to be part of Team WKG. Everybody is welcome. The more the merrier. Makes my job harder working out the results, but even more exciting given that there'll be bigger competition. So jump on there. There will be a t-shirt, my usual thing. I'm turning this into like a sales channel. Apologies, but I'm actually really enjoying making the t-shirts, as much as obviously it's a helpful little revenue stream to keep all this going. It's actually probably my favourite t-shirt so far. It's like a carbon grey. What do they call it? Like a dark heather grey. I've called it carbon grey because that's what it looks like to me. Really deep grey with an orange, the Triple Crown logo on it, and looks really cool if I say so myself. Obviously, slightly biased opinion, but check that out. That's that's already in the shop on the WKG website. I'll pop some Facebook details on soon as well. So they're limited edition. There's only going to be 30 of them made, so get in there quick. Still got 15, I think, or maybe 13 of the Tour de France La Tour t-shirts available. If anyone wants to jump in and snatch the last few of those. I'm not a natural salesman, so I'm going to stop that now because I find it a little bit cringeable. So anyway, the main thing, the event, get in there. I want everybody. I definitely want all of you guys I'm seeing here, all the regular racers with WKG. I definitely want to see your names in there. And as many more as we can possibly get. I think it's going to be a real big one. So I'm going to sit here now. You don't need to sit here with me waiting for the other riders to come in. I'm just going to sit here, wait for the result screen to pop up, so that I can get the points allocated properly. And I will. What's the next one? Well, I can't even remember what the next league race is, but the next scheduled race for me is the Thursday morning 2-for-1, which has been. Actually, I'm going to elaborate on this a little bit. This has been really good fun. It's a great fun ride anyway. Really good chat. Really nice pace. We all go for the sprints, which gives it a competitive edge just for a few seconds, and then we all regroup, which is really good. But we've also been trying to beat our overall distance within the 1 hour time slot, and sticking to the parameters of the ride, which is 2 watts per kilogram. Obviously, the only way to improve your distance based on maintaining that power is by sharing the work, really working as a tight group. And this week we managed to get our greatest overall distance of 34 point. Someone's going to have to correct me. I think it was 34.7 kilometres within the hour. And the way to do it, the way to make sure it's consistent, is basically I use you guys to drag me around. So I have to stick at 2 watts per kilogram, or average 2 watts per kilogram for the whole ride. And if you guys are able to work as a team in front of me to pull me faster whilst I maintain that power output, then that's the way we get a greater distance. So it actually gives it another little edge. I don't know if you're like me, but I can't really just do rides. I only ever really go on here for races. I do the odd group ride. I do love it. I love the social side of it, but I do tend to need some element of competition to make it, to keep it interesting. So this one is competition without it being really, without you have to really exert yourself. You're still sticking to the advertised pace, just all swapping positions, staying nice and tight. The bigger the group and the tighter the group, the further we go at a higher speed. Simple as that. So please jump in on that. It's really good. It's growing as well. It seems to be particularly popular down under. I'm assuming that's the time of day, but it's a morning ride for me and an evening ride in over there. So please jump in. The more the merrier. Again, as with all these rides, it'd be great to see you. So that's the next scheduled ride. Someone has suggested we do a kind of a Three Sisters group ride as well, which I'm more than up for. That'd be good fun. I missed out on the pack ride the other day, which looked like a brilliant one. But yeah, we can get a WKG pack ride. WKG Three Sisters ride. It'll be a good little recce before the Triple Crown as well. I'll try and put something together, and I think that is basically it. So I'm going to sit here and wait for the slow coaches. Only joking. So thank you so much for riding. Thank you so much for watching. One more time, Padron, you absolute legend. That was a stunning ride. My rider of the day by miles. Sorry, Brett. I know you absolutely wiped the floor with the rest of the field, but I'm giving it to Padron. Hope to see you all again on the next one. Hope to see you all again on the Thursday 2 for 1. And I will catch you all soon. Ciao.